logical analysis of Dr. Eric Berg's video on "You may never eat fruit again after watching this." 10 lakh, 1 million views, 4,500 comments, lot of reactions to the video because the video summarizes and says you can only have a few berries and kiwi. The video says no to mango, no to orange, no to banana, no to apple, no to pear, no to most fruits. Forget the emotional side. Let's just analyze the inputs, what's right in it, what's correct, what's partially correct, and what's seemingly completely incorrect. Point number 1. Vegetables versus fruits. Fruits having 5 times more sugar than vegetables. Absolutely correct point, and we are not eating vegetables for sugar, we are eating vegetables for whatever they bring in, and I'm not going to go into that right now in this video. But fruits have sugar and they help us reduce the sugar cravings. That's why they have more sugar inside them, and that's why we eat them. Okay, fine. Second point.
The second thing that's kind of surprising for people when they look at this is 85% of that fruit is sugar.
Bam! Ta-na-na-na-na-na. Wrong information. Fruits contain almost 90% water. To be very specific, an apple of 100 grams contains 86 grams of water, and out of the remaining 14 grams, around 9 grams of carbohydrates. So it's less than 10% carbohydrates that we have in a fruit. Point number 3.
Okay, so there's very little protein, very little fat. You might think that's a good thing, but we need fat.
So they're meant to be low on that, and we don't eat fruit for protein and fat. It's like going to a horror movie and saying there was no comedy scene, you know. Arey, horror movie mein horror movie hai bhai. Fruit is a fruit, it's laden with sugar to give you satisfaction. It's not the best content for protein or fat. Point number 4.
Very low iron, low calcium, low zinc.
Partially true, though oranges, figs and berries are decent on calcium. On iron we have again raisins, prunes, apricots, pretty good. And on zinc, some amount is there in pomegranate and avocados. Dr. Berg, thank you very much for appreciating the vitamin C content of fruits and also phytonutrients. But I think what has got missed out completely are other vitamins like vitamin A, vitamin E, vitamin K, vitamin B6 and B9, which are also rich in many fruits. Fruits not containing vitamin B12. Basically, B12 gets produced by bacteria, not by animal food. Anything which is dead or decaying attracts and generates more B12 through the bacteria. So even many vegetarian sources which are dead and decaying in terms of fermented food will generate enough B12. We don't have to go to fruits for B12. Fruits not containing vitamin D. Primary source of vitamin D is the great sun that interacts with our skin, and our skin generates vitamin D for all human beings and animals. So certain animal food does contain vitamin D, but the proportion is quite less. We need exposure to sun, and most of us require B12 and D supplements, and we are saying this after 11 years of work on vegetarians, non-vegetarians, everyone, because everyone is low on vitamin B12 and vitamin D despite whatever may be the content of the food. A lot of talk and fear in fact has got instilled because of fructose coming from fruits. Want to dispel that with statistics. Fructose content in most of the fruits, including mangoes, bananas, oranges, pears and all the fruits which are not recommended is less than 5% of the total sugar content. You don't have to fear fructose coming from fruits. Also, bringing in high fructose corn syrup into the discussion is completely unwarranted because that will not suppress your ghrelin response. But fruits, when you eat them, chew them, consume them, they definitely give you satiety and satisfaction. Fruit fructose, the amount which it contains, cannot shoot up your cortisol. You can do all the research in the world. You Google it, you chat GPT it, you can go through research papers. Fruit fructose does not shoot up, spike your cortisol. Incorrect information. Yes, too much of fructose coming from refined food items, candies, high fructose corn syrups, and even from fruits, if consumed unregulated, if you already have tendency towards fatty liver, diabetes, can be damaging. So too much of fruit can create fatty liver, but we are not consuming that much of fruit. Diabetics should definitely avoid fruits and too much of fruits in the beginning phase when they are trying to reduce their sugars, fat in the liver, and trying to bring their cholesterol down, so they can have it with the smoothie, and that's perfectly fine. We have almost 16,000 diabetics free of medications and 1,500 plus who have cleared glucose tolerance tests who have been put on fruits later. In general, for most of us, 1 or 2 serving of fruit, 100-gram fruit every day is great, and in fact nice for the system because it gives you hydration, nice water. It is very good in bioelectrical field, which is pranic energy, and the moment you chew it and eat it, the kind of satisfaction you get and suppression of sugar cravings it does is amazing. Nothing else on earth can do the job of an apple or a mango. In the end, they are God's food, and as Indians, we have been trained in every big ritual to keep 5 fruits as we offer to the gods, and that's not for any random reason. Fruits are also amazing just before a workout or during a trek, during a tennis match, during some sports activity that you are doing. Best time to have your fruit could be first thing in the morning after brushing your teeth, or with the smoothie, or as a mid-morning snack at around 11 o'clock, or a mid-evening snack at around 5 o'clock. Avoid dragging the fruit late into the evening after 6 p.m. Do not have fruits with cooked meal. Also, individualized response could be different. In case if you get a bloating sensation, gases and discomfort after consuming any particular kind of fruit, you need to stop it. So don't be scared nor be upset with the title or the insights that you may never have fruit after this video. I'm going to have my fruit. You also have yours.